Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a lens flare brush using the lens flare filter in Adobe Photoshop. I'm using Photoshop CC 2020. The first thing you want to make sure you do when you open up your document, I'm using 1000 by 1000 pixels. Make sure it's in RGB color mode because for some reason the lens flare filter wasn't working for me in CMYK. Anyways, the next thing you need to do is fill your background with black. I am just using my paint bucket tool. After you do that, you're going to want to go up to filter, down to render, hit lens flare, and then what you want to do is kind of make sure it's not too close to the edge, because if it's too close to the edge, you're going to get this line that looks like a corner in your brush, and trust me, you probably don't want that. So I'm going to make a demonstration of that at the end here. So what you want to do is adjust it, try to get it to the center. If possible, you can always go in and edit it before you actually save it as a brush. Anyways, so this is what I have right now. The thing you need to know about brushes in Photoshop is black is what's saved as your brush, and as you can see, the lens flare is actually in white. So what we want to do is inverse this. So I'm going to hit Control I, and then I'm going to desaturate it, because if I zoom in, I can see that there's some color here that we don't want. So we're going to go Control Shift U to desaturate it. You can also throw a levels adjustment on here. It's not necessary, but you can do that. So you can pull your blacks up, you can pull your whites down, you can do whatever you want really to get the look that you're going for, whatever, that's fine. Make sure you're on the layer with your lens flare, and then go to Edit, Define Brush Preset. Lens flare, need to spell test. Alright, we'll just call it test because I've been doing these brushes for a while to make sure it's going to be right for you guys. Alright, I'm making a new layer. I'm just going to fill it with black. I'm trying to demonstrate the brush. Now, usually when you make a new brush in Photoshop, it's automatically selected. So this is the new one we just did. I think I'm zoomed in a lot. That's why it looks so pixelated. But if it isn't selected and you don't see your brushes window, which right here for me, you can go to window and then down to brushes. I think I just turned mine off. It'll be listed at the bottom, and it'll be named whatever you named it. So you can use this however you want. You can change the size of it. You can even go into your brush settings and then deal with all of this. Size, jitter, minimum diameter. Anything you want, really. You can do all that with here. Do that here, I mean. You can even scatter them. So if you were going for a lens flare effect and you wanted it to be a lot, we don't want that many. Okay, we'll try this. We're going to make a new layer. I'm just demonstrating stuff, so if you guys already got what you needed, feel free to test it out now. Alright, so I think I changed it. We're going to go to brush. And that should be good, but they're black. Okay, let me change it to white. And then you can get a scattering effect. Now, obviously, this isn't the best, but you have to tweak the settings here to get it. Anyways, I'm going to show you guys that little problem I ran into, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and then I'll jump back into the video. Alright guys, I just made a brush, but I made it so that it was like touching the corner of that lens flare window, and what happens is you'll get something like this. Now, if you're going for something like that, this is how you get it. But if not, just try to keep your lens flare more contained to the center of that window. That way it doesn't have these like sharp points for the corners. Anyways, guys, if you have a different way of creating your lens flare brushes, obviously you can manually create them as well and then just save it as a preset. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. And if you made this far, thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye!